As the world shifts into a more technological world, the demand for the internet and its components has risen exponentially. The race to build a global manufacturing hub has always been the goal of several competitive countries. One of those countries, which stands out and may become the world's global manufacturing hub, is India. South Asia's biggest economy is aiming to become a global manufacturing hub, competing against the most innovative countries. But can the country of India succeed in doing so? Before we move along, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. The space for Indian manufacturing is seeing exponential growth. This is especially true in the semiconductor industry, where the supply chain disruption has enabled the country to act on the current ecosystem, a transition that may enable the country to become a global manufacturing powerhouse. This comes as a report published in 2021 that showed that India has emerged as second in the most attractive manufacturing destination around the world, surpassing the United States and only behind China. The country's shift from an agricultural economy to a service-oriented economy has enabled this yearly growth in its manufacturing sector, which in the end made it a spectacular industry that contributes massive amounts to the economy. The country's semiconductor industry alone has become one of the fastest growing around the world. This was led by several pushes from both the public and private institutions of the country. The government alone has staked in tens of billions of dollars to incentivize foreign companies in opening up their own manufacturing plants in the country. This support is so grand that the government is even willing to cover as much as half of the cost of a project. A huge push indicates that the push for a digital world in the country is becoming a massive trend. Furthermore, there is an increasingly strong trend rising in the private field of the country. The Tata Group, which is responsible for manufacturing cars, and Vedanta Group is aiming to invest in the semiconductor industry of about $300 million and $15 billion respectively. These investments and push are because of India's promise as a manufacturing powerhouse, and everyone wants to get in and join the ride. A report done by McKinsey stated that the manufacturing and construction sector is what will see the largest acceleration in sector gross domestic product growth in India. Much more to know is that by 2030, they are expected that the manufacturing sector alone will generate as much as $1.25 trillion of the total GDP of the country, which is more than double that of the $500 billion in which it generated in 2020. The challenges for the country before it can fully become a global manufacturing hub are quite a huge hurdle. First of all, the cost of setting up a manufacturing plant is in fact a costly investment, even for billion-dollar institutions and the government itself. Moreover, the need for a huge stream of pure water and an uninterrupted power supply are two key factors in order for a fab manufacturing unit to fully work. These are just some of the few challenges that the country will meet head-on if it wants to maximize its way up. But one thing is for sure, that the country is not lacking any talent when it comes to making these chips. South Asia's largest economy is also its largest pool of talents. It is comprised of several world-class technological graduates and leaders. This would be one of the leading figures in making the country a world-class destination for the manufacturing industry. India's most exciting sector to watch in the manufacturing industry, however, is what will shape the future. In the past, we know that India is well known to have a very competitive industry, from being one of the largest steel, pharmaceuticals, automotive producers in the world. But what will rather be the most exciting sectors to watch that we believe is in the electric vehicle field. Various reports have claimed that in the next 5 years, India will become a global manufacturing hub for electric vehicles. Why? Because of the growth in the demand for these special vehicles. A study found that in just 1 year, the Indian EV market, or electric vehicle market, has grown 3 times. Furthermore, there are already gigafactories on the way for India. These so-called gigafactories will be constructed and operated for batteries, which will be used by the electric vehicles. The consumer demand and international demand will then drive these further above, and because of the government actions in taking this opportunity, we believe that it is only of little time that they will become the world's #1 manufacturing hub for electric vehicles, or even they may one day overtake China's role as the world's manufacturing hub.